everyone. The topic of the day is contamination, spoilage and preservation of poultry. Poultry is a domesticated birds kept for human purposes of collecting their eggs, meats, feathers, including chickens, turkeys, ducks, geese and other birds for their human purpose. Poultry farming practice of raising the birds is a significant part of global food industries, providing a vital source of proteins. Poultry is the second most widely eaten meat in this world. The 30% of this meat production occurs worldwide is poultry. Introduction of poultry. Meat and its products are highly nutritious food that is widely consumed by the people all over the world. The meat can be obtained by various birds known as turkey, chicken, ducks, mammals, pork, buffalo and sheep. Meat is a nutritious and protein-rich foods. Poultry farming is also known as aviculture. It is raising a domesticated birds for human consumption or other purpose. The primary purpose of poultry farming is to produce a meat, eggs and feathers. Types of poultry farmings are boiler farming, layer farming and dual process farming. The contamination of poultry. How will contamination occurs in poultry? Skins of live birds contain various bacteria like Salmonella, E. coli, Shigella are present in their body. Contamination of the skin and lining of the body cavity occurs during the time of washing, plugging and evisceration. The process of sticking and bleeding can also introduce a contamination in this poultry. Poultry contamination can occur at various stages to form to a table, can involve pathogens like Salmonella, E. coli as well as other contaminants like residues from veterinary drugs or environmental pollutant. The contamination of poultry. How will contamination occurs in poultry? Skins of live birds contain various bacteria like Salmonella, E. coli, Shigella are present in their body. Contamination of the skin and lining of the body cavity occurs during the time of washing, plugging and evisceration. The process of sticking and bleeding can also introduce a contamination in this poultry. Poultry contamination can occur at various stages to form to a table, can involve pathogens like Salmonella, E. coli as well as other contaminants like residues from veterinary drugs or environmental pollutant. Preservation of poultry. The preservation in meat and meat products also applies of poultry. Although the plugging and bleeding raises different problems, the methods of plugging also has some influence on keeping of the quality of birds. Dry plugged birds, steam plugged birds. The poultry preservation involves methods like chilling, refrigeration, freezing, curing, smoking, canning, dehydration and irradiation to prevent the spoilage and extend the shelf life, focusing on creating unfavorable conditions for microbial growth. Next, the preservation of poultry. There are several steps involved in these preservations. First one, the asepsis. Next one, the use of heat. Third one, use of low temperature. Fourth one, chilling. Fifth one, freezing. Sixth, carbon dioxide atmosphere. Seventh, use of irradiation. Eighth one, use of preservatives. Preservation of poultry is the first stage is asepsis. It is the sanitation of handlings of this bird before killing and influence a number of microbes on the skin and dressing. Under the best condition, if condition is handled and storage are not good, it will be permit microbial deterioration. Contamination can be prevented if foil is not extruded and still sold in the retail market. Next one, use of heat to preserve the poultry. Heat process are used for canned meat. Chicken or their fowl may be salted into weak brine before being packed into the glass jars or cans. Third stage of preservation is use of low temperature. Most poultry preserved by either chilling or freezing. Lower the temperatures of storage, the longer the birds can be stored without undesirable changes. Fourth one, chilling. Chilling is a storage of poultry is for short period. Dressed birds are sometimes stored in ice when there is no available mechanical refrigeration. The poultry should be chilled less than -4 degrees Celsius and long depends for this weight. Next one, freezing. Poultry can be kept in good condition for the month then it's frozen. Poultry should be frozen fast enough to retain the most natural blooms and external appearance of the fleshy dressed fowl. The storage temperature should be freezing below -17.8 degrees Celsius with 90% of humidity. Next one, the use of preservatives. Poultry are soaked up in organic acids like acetic, adipic and succinic acid at the level of pH 2.5 helps lengthen the shelf life of poultry. Some foils like turkeys are cured in a solution of salt, sugars or sodium nitrate for several weeks at about 3.3 degrees Celsius. Next, the carbon dioxide atmosphere. Increasing carbon dioxide concentration in 10 to 20% in the atmosphere of stored chicken inhibit the growth of saccharotrophs. Dry ice packed with the carcass may serve as the source of the carbon dioxide. This is also known as a modified atmospheric package. Use of irradiation. Irradiation of poultry with a cathode or gamma rays could be successful preservation method. The rays produce less objectionable changes in appearance and flavors of this food. Radiation doses of 1 to 10 kilograms would reduce the microbial flora and extend the product refrigerated shelf life. Chicken carcasses have been treated with 2.5 kilograms to effectively destroy the salmonella. Next, the spoilage of poultry. Spoilage of poultry is that a bacterial growth takes place on the surface of skin, lining of this body cavity and any cut surfaces. Enzyme of these fowls contributes to this deterioration of the dressed birds. Bacteria is the chief causes of spoilage and intestines is this primary source. Sign of spoilage. There is an off-order change in color. Feel sticky, slimy or taggy to touch. The spoilage causing organisms. Product. The raw eviscerated carcasses causes the bacterial spoilage is known as Pseudomonas fluorescens, Pseudomonas putida, Actinobacter moraxella. Next one, dark meat. Acetobacter, Altromonas and Pseudomonas. White meat, Pseudomonas and others. Chicken wrapped in oxygen impermeable films. Microaerophilic bacteria, lactic acid bacteria and others. Next, vacuum packed chickens, Enterobacter and others. Thank you.